Hello everybody, lovely day. You must have all seen the Calypso I bought on eBay. Time to do her up, new nuts and bolts. We flew her last weekend. She flies well. There's my other gliders out of the garage, all under the polytunnel. And the Calypso I can get now with the nose just sticking out of the garage. And I can spread the wings apart in the garage to get all the bits I need to get at. First things first is to open her up. The other glider's there if it rains. There's the old, next one of the jobs I got to do is make new toys for her because she come with a load of old crap. But there she is, already undone. She's in pretty good nick. At the moment she looks a state because she's covered in sand and all dry sand caked over her. Where we've done a beach for her at the weekend. There it is, look at it. Just looks really messy, but it'll all clean off. Doesn't do much harm to the glider. There's the A-frame. The B-bar's not in bad nick, but the wheels aren't messed up. More sand. Blow the sand off. As I say, it's now hopefully I can spread the wings apart and get everything I need to get out. If it rains, at least I'm in the garage safe. There you can see she's up in the air on her A-frame now. And it's a simple job to get underneath, undo the zip in the wing. And you can see the fittings and the bottom wires that I need to get out. First things first, I copy everything, check the bottom wires, easy to come off, nice and loose, so I'll have no difficulty getting them off. There she is, sat just poking out the garage with the wings spread apart inside. I can check every bit of her in this position, all bar the cross tube connections in the middle. The wires, I'm thinking of just tidying the front wires up, but I don't really want to put 3mm on the front if I do them. The side wires I should make will be 3mm, really thick. Galvanised as well, not stainless. There's the inside. Right, there's the drawing. As I say, I always make a drawing of all the fittings, washers, everything. Because next job is to get just a couple of tools that I need out. There's a box of regular spanners that I seem to be using all the time, but there's the ones I'm going to need for this job. There's a sheet then for laying on. I take a few pictures. I took quite a few pictures of that makeup there, because you can refer to it. I've checked the bolt out of the cross tube and leading edge, and that's a piece of string to retain the top wire. Next I go and check everything, make sure I've got everything in the garage out of my workroom. That's patches, everything you can need really for checking and maintaining, looking at. That's all the old fittings I've had off of other gliders what I broke. And there's all the new nuts, bolts, washers, tangs, there's stainless steel galvanised, there's the tanks. Funny enough, I searched everywhere to get those tanks, and when I found them I got them in Wet and Windy in Bristol, and they are in actual fact called glider tanks. Okay, there's all the nuts and bolts and everything I should need. There's me crimper when I make the wires. There's a heat shrink for when I make the wires, two different types. There's the elastic, stretch elastic rope, and there's the cable. As I say, that's 7/7 galvanised steel. Next was to get the two spanners sorted out for the bottom of the A-frame. There's the two I need, that way I can tidy the tools away and keep the floor. All that's on the floor is the glider and my bits and the few spanners that I need to do the job. There you go, there's the glider laid out. Now all I need to do now is take out the side wires and take bolts out, one of each. I don't need to take them all out, one of each what type I need. Like for the nose there's two different types, three across the front and the one there at the back. When I take them out I mark them all, put tabs on them. There they are, they've all got tabs in their position on the glider and the number of how many I want, like 2 of. So there's the wire ready to make the, sorry, that is the old wires I've took off. Another job I'll have to do is the battens. I'll make a profile for the glider's battens because she is flying okay. What I actually do is make the battens a little bit more camber and then copy them and assume that's perfect. Right, I finished in the garage for the day, got all my bolts out and all the bits I need to replace. Next job now is to go online. I'll tell you how quick I've done the job. so far the day was 1 cup of tea I had. There's the battens. There's the profiles I'm making, and I mark it with a Calypso. I got one for each of my gliders now. I take it because the glider's flying perfect that the battens are good enough, but as I say, I do increase the camber just a little bit, just in case anything's been took out. Now I'm putting patches on. I took the old patches off. There's about 3 on there. I took them off and I washed a bit of wing where I'm working, and I put them on. But by the time that's all set back and dried, it looked nice. Right, there's all the nuts and bolts. I've gone in now. I've gone on LAS. I took all the measurements from the bolts I took off the glider, thread size and everything. There is a discrepancy with thread sizes, so you need to measure them and work out what washers you're going to want. So you've got the perfect bolt, perfect shank, and perfect grip. That's the thread. There's LAS on the computer. They're good firm. They worked till I think it was 11 o'clock at night in the warehouse packaging. So I ordered this on the evening. I should imagine I'll get it Thursday. Come to, I think it was there's the order from LAS. I think it's £40 odd, just short of but it's all aircraft quality bolts, washers, everything. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. Watch out for the wire making. That'll be the next bit. Pete the Wrist out for now.